Hey, Mr. Graham.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Quick question. Mr. Land, he's not on the calendar. Do you know what happened with
I do not, but let me find out for you.
appreciative?
Mhm. Officer Norris, it seems like that case was taken care of yesterday at SEA.
So I just wanted to make sure all those charges were taken care of because they said they missed one charge. So everything was taken care of, correct?
To my knowledge. Okay, so that I wasn't sure. Let me I'll double check on that.
All right.
We have a report.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's well this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Ms. Bridgewater, yes, good afternoon. What is the SAP reset date, please?
May the 14th.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, courtroom 2, whenever you all are ready.
If we could start at Alpharetta, I believe that is position 1 and 2 on the calendar.
Okay, and let's see, who's can we have Alpharetta unmute for me, please? Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. You hear us?
Yes, thank you. Pronounce your last name for me, ma'am.
Fabryo.
Good afternoon, Ms. Fabryo. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I do.
Thank you. You've been charged in case 24 CR 002504F with willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and in case 24 CR 002506F of battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Second arrest, 2011 DUI conviction.
Okay. Who's presenting for the state?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Good afternoon. If I could just
Good
have
afternoon, Mr. Walker. This is positions 1 and 2.
1 second. Can we come back to these positions, Your Honor?
I'd rather just hold for you because this is at Alpharetta jail and I'd like to get them in and out if possible.
All right, hold on.
We can go to a different position.
This-
3 times Okay, we'll be right back with you, ma'am. So if Alpharetta can just hold on for us for a moment. Who do we have in courtroom two?
Position number 3, Curtis Harris.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're doing by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Harris, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002494G with failure to obey a traffic sign, signal, and marking. Is there a history, Mr. Howard? You with me, Mr. Howard?
Oh, I stepped away. I thought you was waiting on Ian. Who we on now?
We're on position number 3, Mr. Harris.
15 total. On probation in Newton County for escape. Also on probation, Walton County, armed robbery, ag assault, burglary, possession of a firearm during the commission, misdemeanor possession of marijuana. Open case in Fulton, possession of a Schedule 2, a sale of marijuana, giving false name. Got a Walton County hold. I got a 2019 simple assault conviction. 2022 probation, 2017 disorderly conduct NOLO.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Graham, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This incident took place April 29, 2024. Tony Harris was observed driving through a red light at Flat Shoals Road and Old National Highway, traveling southbound. It shows that he has an open warrant from Monroe County also that was issued on April 25th, 2024. I believe that's why he was arrested. So the state is requesting a signature bond through the jail so he can be released to Monroe County or any of those other holes. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Is this your case, Mr. Cook?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Yes, we have no objection to that.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. Good luck to you, Mr. Harris.
Mr. Graham, you found out any information on Mr. Land?
I'm still checking for you, Officer Norris,
Thank you.
of course.
What was that bond amount, Your Honor?
$1,000 signature bond through the jail.
Thank you. Next, we can go to position number 6, Mr. Lewis Payne.
Good afternoon, Mr. Payne. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Can you hear me, Mr. Payne?
Yeah,
Okay, you agree to have your case heard by video?
yeah,
Thank you, sir. You've been charged in case 24 CR 002497G with false report of a crime. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Second, he was arrested in January, possession of a pistol by a person under 18 years of age. That's open. 24 CR 000301G. That's it.
Good afternoon, Ms. McCockey. Is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
You can proceed.
So law enforcement was dispatched to 38 Fairborn Road Southwest regarding a person who had been shot. Upon arrival, the officers found the defendant with a gunshot wound to his lower right leg. Ozzie Smith, who is a friend of the defendant, was inside the apartment, and when asked what happened, he told the police that a white vehicle traveling north on Fairborn Road engaged in a drive-by, shooting at them while the defendant and Mr. Smith were walking along the road. A canine unit responded to the scene, located a bloody trail in a plain next to the location where Mr. Smith said the shooting had occurred. The canine followed the trail and found a shotgun in the dumpster located at the back of the incident location. A witness advised that they had observed a man with a dark complexion throwing a weapon inside of the dumpster. Mr. Smith had reportedly stated that they were shot had repeatedly stated, excuse me, Your Honor, that they were shot by an unknown white vehicle. Mr. Smith was detained, Mirandized, and waived his rights, agreeing to speak to the police without a lawyer. Mr. Smith then admitted that the defendant drew the shotgun from his leg and had shot himself while drawing it, and that the defendant had told him to hide the weapon in the trash before the police arrived. Throughout the investigation, the defendant, Mr. Payne, gave misleading statements to law enforcement when asked specific questions about the incident. Because this is a case involving a gun, the state is recommending a $10,000 surety bond and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while on bond.
And is Mr. Smith a friend, someone that was with Mr. Payne?
Mr. Smith is a friend of Mr. Payne.
Okay, Mr. Smith wasn't arrested?
I believe he was.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Ty.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Yeah, and I was confused about this too, because the warrant doesn't make any mention of my client making any statements, and he's here charged with false report of a crime. I didn't see in the warrant where he made any statements at all. So I would say he definitely denies the allegations as stated in the warrant. Your Honor, my client just turned 18 years old. He's lived in Georgia all his life. He's a high school senior who, despite severe injuries, is set to graduate in May. Again, he does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. He's charged here with false report of a crime. The warrant doesn't make any mention of him reporting a crime. Your Honor, he does need a signature bond through the jail so that he can be released and continue his medical care. He just had part of his leg amputated 9 days ago and was brought here straight from Grady. So I think under these circumstances, it's very necessary for him to have a signature bond through the jail, or it can be through pretrial services. His mother will co-sign.
Okay, there'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Payne.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
We can go to position number 4, China Jones.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jones. I'm Judge Eric Mora. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Jones, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002495C with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
So forth. You was arrested in March, ag assault, terrorist threats, cruelty to children, criminal damage to property. That's 24 PI 001895. Got an open theft by taking in Superior Court 23 SC 186996. Got an open case and card for unlawful carrying of a weapon. That's it.
Graham?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to point out this was a dual arrest with position number 9. The
Okay.
incident took place on April 28, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a domestic dispute at 241 Lakeview Place in East Point. Mattia Postel and China Jones were involved in the physical altercation, each alleging that the other was the initiator and primary aggressor. Ms. Postel advised that Ms. Jones struck her while they were sitting in the car. The fight moved outside of the car and pulled her hair. The officer observed Ms. Postel's hair on the ground where the fight took place. The warrant also notes that Ms. Postel's 6-month-old baby was in the car during the altercation. Your Honor, based on the history, as pretrial mentioned, Ms. Jones was arrested last month for ag assault, terroristic threats, cruelty, and damage in the second. She's got those open cases. The state is recommending a $1,500 surety bond, one day anger awareness, no further contact with Mattia Postel, a stay away from 241 Lakeview Place in East Point, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Mr. Cook?
Your Honor, the previous cases mentioned are still open and she is presumed innocent. We have no objection to the no further contact and stay away. In fact, she would prefer that. We would ask for a signature bond through pretrial, and we would object to the 1-day anger awareness.
It's going to be a $1,500 good bond, no further contact with Ms. Postel, stay away from the Lakeview Place address, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Jones.
Appreciate that. Your Honor, it was 2 charges on her book and you have to see right now. It was 2 charges. The other one was in the, okay,
One was NOD.
okay, thank you.
Okay, may we have Ms. Postel next if you have her there?
Yes. This is position number 9.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Postel. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we are completing by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You've been charged in case 24 CR 002500C with cruelty to children in the 3rd degree and battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Third
With
arrest,
us?
yeah, third arrest, 2022 trespass, 2020 trespass dismissed. That's all.
Afternoon, Ms. McLeod. Is this your case?
It is, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
You can proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I would be asking for a signature bond for my client. As the state has stated, she really has no criminal history. She had a couple of arrests and the charges were dismissed against her. She does maintain that she was the victim in this case, Your Honor. We are fine with the no further contact, which is what the court has ordered, and the stay away at my client's home. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. For the cruelty, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. For the battery, a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Ms. Jones. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Postel. You're welcome, Ms. McLeod.
And that concludes my business before the court. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good afternoon. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Judge. Thank you.
Who do we have next?
Position number 11, Lachey Turner.
Good afternoon, Ms. Turner. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Turner, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002501E with battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
2016 ag assault not presented to grand jury. 2013 no driver's license conviction, and a 2010 theft of lost mislaid property.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched at 1350 Marietta Boulevard, where they met with the victim, Jiren Rogers. He advised that him and the defendant were in a verbal disagreement in which the defendant struck the victim in the face and head multiple times. This incident was captured on video. The victim did sustain bruising on his lips from the incident. We will sound for the victim, Mr. Rogers. The state is asking for a $1,500 surety bond, a no contact, a stay away from that incident and location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while bond.
If Mr. Rogers is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Doesn't appear so. Mr. Cook, is this your case?
It's my case, Your Honor.
Sorry, Mr. Ty.
That's okay. My client is 32 years old. She is the mother of 4 minor children, 2 of which have disabilities, Your Honor. She's not working because one of her children is 3 years old and disabled and needs 24-hour care. She has lived in Georgia all her life. She does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant and states that the complaining witness was the first aggressor. We don't have any objection to a stay away from the incident location, the Marietta Boulevard address. No further contact is fine, Your Honor. And I would like to ask for a signature bond through the jail. There's no history since 2016. That's 8 years ago. She does have 4 minor children too with disabilities that she needs to care for. I think even reporting to pretrial is too much of a burden for her. So I would ask for a signature bond through the jail.
She'll be, at level 1, she'll be able to report by phone, so it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Mr. Rogers. Stay away from the Marietta Boulevard address, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Turner.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we go to position.
And Mr. Walker, you'll have to let me know when you're ready on 1 and 2.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So can we go back to the Alpharetta jail, please?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Howard, I'm not sure, had I gotten a history from you?
For number 1 and 2,
Yes.
yes, it was second arrest DUI conviction, 2011.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. For the battery case, law enforcement was dispatched at 994 Alpharetta Street. From my understanding, that's a bar called the Standard at Roswell. The victim, whose name is Shauna Kaufman, she advised the law enforcement officers that her and the defendant were previously friends, but the defendant was upset with her for some unknown reason. The defendant approached her at the bar and began to essentially choke or strangle her. The defendant eventually let her go and fled the scene. The victim did sustain visible bruising and scratches on her neck from the incident. The state is asking for a $2,500 surety bond, no contact with Ms. Kaufman, a stay away from the incident location, 994 Alpharetta Street in Roswell, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. I'm not sure if Ms. Kaufman is on the line, but we would sound for her.
Okay, can we go to the other one and I'll come back?
Yes, the next case is an obstruction case. Law enforcement was dispatched to 3000 Cedar Knoll Drive. Law enforcement was there to serve a warrant. At that time, from my understanding, the defendant made false statements to the law enforcement officer, and eventually she was arrested for obstruction. On that one, we're just asking for an SOB through the jail, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond.
If Miss Sandra Kaufman is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so.
Hello? Hello?
Is this Miss Kaufman?
Shayna, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need you. If you're on more than one device, get off of, I can only hear you if you're on one device, and I'll need for you to activate your camera for me.
Oh, okay. I'm only on one device.
Okay, can you, all right, unmute yourself.
Yes. I don't know how to, oh,
There you go, all right.
all right. Am I muted?
No, you're not muted. You are now, you keep going back and forth.
Okay, got it.
Okay, all right, so, you're not driving, are you?
No, I'm just sitting in my car because it can hear better on the Bluetooth.
Okay, if you raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court, ma'am?
Well, I thought you just wanted me to say that I'm here, but anyways, I was just gonna say.
Well, you don't have to, if you would like to address the court, you can. You don't have to address the court, but if you would like to, then this is your opportunity to do so, but nobody's forcing you to, okay?
Okay, well, I know that, so I'm just making sure that I'm safe. Like, I live nearby the area, and I just want to make sure that I'm safe, because if someone is willing to strangle me in the middle of the bar when everyone could see and there is video, then she would probably, she was trying to drag me out. She said, let's take this outside. So she was trying to drag me by my neck out of the bar. So, which means I take walks often, and I just want to make sure that I'm safe being around Can Street. And that is why I would like for her not to be able to go to the area that I go, that I was there before her. She also works in the area, so on Can Street. So I just want to make sure that I'm going to be safe and don't have to like feel scared to be where I live.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions about the incident, I can answer anything.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you being here. Ms. Kim, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, my client is 41 years old, Your Honor. She is gainfully employed and she has been here in Georgia for 13 years. She has no objection to stay away from the incident location and have no contact with her. She denies the allegations and she's not going to be intimidating her at all because she does not know that well. My client is working as a general manager of the bartender. I guess we don't want to be staying away from her workplaces, as long as she is not talking to her or she's not bothering her. I want her to keep her livelihood. And she is educated. She has a bachelor's degree from Florida International University. She has a psychology degree. We would like to request for signature on bond through jail for battery charge as well. No objection to willful obstruction, signature on bond through jail.
So you're telling me, Ms. Kim, that the 994 Alpharetta Street location is a location where your client works?
No, Your Honor, that's where the incident happened.
Okay,
And
so if I keep her from where the incident happened, how does that affect where she's working?
She works
as long as it is not within 200 yards, she should be okay. I do not know how far her work and incident location is, so maybe she
not
can fly.
Okay, well, she's not going to be able to go back to, I'm not going to keep her from work, but she's not going to be able to go back to the incident location, and she's to have no further contact with the alleged victim. Okay, so for the battery, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 day anger awareness, no further contact with Ms. Kaufman, stay away from the Alpharetta Street address, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. For the obstruction, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial also, level 1, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. All right. Good luck to you all. Who do we have next?
Alberta has another position.
Okay.
I believe that's position number 10, David Sims.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sims. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? You have to speak up for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sims. You've been charged in case 24 CR 002505E with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
2016 DUI, 2010, 2009 probation. Jail was a recommendation. He got a hold out of Forsyth County.
Yes, Sean. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 10930 Jonesbridge Road in Johns Creek. That location is a BP gas station. Essentially, he had shoplifted 2 bottles of herbal supplements from that location. This was captured on video. The station is asking for a signature bond through the jail to be released to his hold. Stay away from that instant location. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out bond.
Any objection to any of that, Ms. Kim?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from that BP gas station. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Sims.
Next, we can go to position number 12, Talia Wright.
Good afternoon, Ms. Wright. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Wright, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002502G with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
A resident of Arkansas. This first official arrest, but in the Air Force 2023. She got wrongful use of marijuana and possession of a scheduled controlled substance from 2023. So she got 2 cycles out of the Air Force. And then this one.
Okay.
I have those cycles out of the Air Force were in Texas. But in this case,
Yeah.
law enforcement was dispatched to 923 Collier Road. From my understanding, that's Atlanta Media Productions. The owner of that location is Malcolm Odwin. I believe he is on the line. This defendant was previously criminally trespassed from this location a day prior. She came back on the incident day and refused to leave. She advised the law enforcement officer that she was pregnant with the victim's child. He advised the officer that he is not familiar with the defendant in that way and that she has no reason to be at that location. The state is asking for a $1,500 surety bond, a stay away from the incident location, no contact with Mr. Malcolm Odwin, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond, and we would sound for the victim.
Last name again, Mr. Walker?
Odwin, Odwin.
If Mr. Malcolm Odwin is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I see a Malcolm on the line, but apparently he doesn't wish to address the court. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Miss Wright, is 21 years old, and this case is really sad. She came to Georgia with a one-way flight ticket from Arkansas to Georgia because she was invited by Mr. Malcolm, and who is a father of her child that she is pregnant right now for last 6 months, and she has been staying there. She was allowed to be there. She thought she was going to be here for a long time. However, this is where she is right now. Your Honor, she is currently not employed, and because she's expecting a baby. She graduated from high school, and we want her to be able to get signature on bond through jail.
Okay, Mr. Odwin, if you would like to address the court, this is your opportunity. Again, if you would, you'll have to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
Everything that she just mentioned in that statement is a complete lie. She was a client. She booked some studio time offline on the website, and she was never told that she could stay down here. We haven't been in any contact via the studio or any ways in over 11 months. She doesn't even live out here. She was just she just was a client a couple times at the studio, and that's the only contact that we ever have had. I'm no way near her, or the father of her child, or any child for that matter. And no one ever told her that she could stay at a recording studio. Like, that's not even a service that we offer where people could just live there. That's not the case. If you don't work there, you're not allowed in the building. She also came on Friday and was saying that she was in there with another client. She's just been interrupting business as well as just the flow of business up there. And we've been calling the police on her for the past 3 days, and only one officer actually arrested her and took her off the property and took her to jail. Like, none of the things that she stated in that statement is true. There's no relationship. I'm not the father of her child or anything.
All right, thank you for being here this afternoon, Mr. Odwin.
Thank you.
Let's see. It will be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Mr. Odwin. Stay away from the Atlanta Media Productions on Collier Road. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Wright, I'm going to let you out on a signature bond, but if you go back over to the Collier Road address and they arrest you again, you will not be getting a signature bond if that happens another time. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, we're gonna go to position number 13, Zuidi Bernardo.
Good afternoon, Ms. Zawidi. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You've been charged in case 24 CR 002503J with reckless conduct. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Second open DUI from 2023.
Yes, Sean, in this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 2900 Peachtree Road, which is a Publix. law enforcement was dispatched to that location due to a child being locked in a vehicle, left alone. The vehicle was turned off. It was determined that this was the defendant's child, who is approximately 16 months old, and the child was left alone in the vehicle for approximately 15 minutes. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 37 years old, and this is her first child ever. We would like to request for a signature on bond through jail. She is gainfully employed as a realtor, and she has been working about 2 years. She graduated from Colorado University at Denver with a finance and TV broadcasting major. She has a bachelor's degree, and she moved from Denver, Colorado. And I guess she didn't know that Georgia has a very strict rule about leaving a child, even though it's only 15 minutes. It could be very dangerous. However, she had no intention to hurt anybody there. It is her baby, and right now, the baby is with her father. We would like to request for a signature on bond through jail.
Okay, well, it should be, you can't leave a 16-month-old alone anywhere, so much less in a car, if that allegedly. It'll be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, a parenting class, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, we go to position number 5, Nixon Tony. Yes.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Nixon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Nixon, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002496J with simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
No.
Okay, Mr. Graham?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident took place April 28, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a dispute call at 3097 Maple Drive, Unit 450 in Atlanta. It appears that a neighbor called because she heard two people yelling at each other. Upon arrival, the officers learned that an argument between Savannah Gauthier and Tony Nixon became physical when Mr. Nixon grabbed her by the neck. During the argument, Miss Gauthier, I'm sorry, advised that she told Mr. Nixon that she was moving out and attempted to avoid confrontation by playing her gaming system. At that point, Mr. Nixon threw his wallet at the monitor screen, damaging it irreparably. He then began throwing things around the living room before verbally threatening her, saying things like, "I'll kill you, you're not leaving, I wish you overdose." Ms. Gauthier advised that this has been ongoing, both verbal and physical abuse. No injuries were observed. Our office has been in touch with Ms. Gauthier. She tells us the two are in a relationship. They live together at that location. They share no children. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She stated that Mr. Nixon did place his hand around her neck to push her, but not an attempt to strangle her. This is not the first time there's been violence between the two, and not the first time police have been called, but the first time he's been arrested. She stated that due to this incident, they've been kicked out of the residence and they have to move out today. She's okay with having contact, but would like Mr. Nixon to have a law enforcement escort to retrieve his belongings. She indicated she will not be on Zoom today. Your Honor, the state is requesting a signature bond through pretrial services, a one-day anger awareness. At this time, we're going to ask for no further contact with Savannah Gauthier, a law enforcement escort to the Maple Drive address to retrieve his belongings, and also a stay away from wherever Ms. Gauthier will be residing. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if we may sound for Savannah Gauthier, Your Honor, in accordance with Marcy's law.
Ms. Gauthier is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. Cook, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, my client denies the allegations as stated in the warrant. There were injuries observed on him, and that is in the report. we believe she is the aggressor in this matter. As far as the no further contact, he welcomes that. As far as the stay away, yes, but he should be able to go back and get his stuff. They both live there, although it's my understanding that he is leaving the apartment and she is leaving the apartment. So I think it would be unfair for her to kind of control the apartment while he goes back and gets his items. I believe it's his parents are helping to move his belongings out at this point. He has no history. He as I said, he's the one with the injuries as noted in the report, and we would ask for a signature bond through the jail. Again, we have no problem with no further contact, but we don't want him to be restricted from gathering his belongings in any way.
And just to clarify, Your Honor, so the stay away was from wherever she's going to be residing after they move out?
That's fine. That's fine. We have no objection to that.
Okay. For the simple battery, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the trespass, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Savannah Gauthier. He's to stay away from the Maple Drive address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. He's to stay away from Ms. Gauthier's residence, wherever that will be, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Your Honor,
Mr. Nixon.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
Could his parents go back and get his belongings? He's got much there, and I'm not sure a one-time our Leo visit would be effective.
Well, I'm not keeping his parent from the location. I'm just
Okay.
keeping him from the location. I don't want him to run into
Sure.
her accidentally, so they have no
Sure.
restrictions on them. And if he wants to make arrangements for them to go, but if he goes back to that location, then he's going to have to go back with law enforcement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes,
All right. Good luck to you, sir. And if these are the Nixons that are on the line, good luck to you all also. Who do we have next?
Position number 7, Mr. Barnabas Phillips.
Good afternoon, Mr. Phillips. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducted by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Phillips, you've been charged in case 24 CR 002498A with theft by taking. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
For 2020 CWAC case that was dismissed. Got an open shoplifting out of the city of South Fulton. 2017 disorderly conduct conviction.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
Yes, this incident took place at Old National Seafood, which is located at 5084 Old National Highway in College Park. The owner of the restaurant is Miss Mai Kwong. She reported that money had been taken by the defendant, who was one of her employees. The owner, Ms. Kwong, stated that she arrived at the location to find the store empty with the keys inside, and $600 was missing from the register. The defendant was nowhere to be found at the time. He was supposed to open the restaurant for business that day, but surveillance footage revealed that when he arrived at the location, he instead removed $600 from the register, put it in his pocket, gathered some food, turned off the lights and the deep fryers, and then left the location. The state is recommending a $1,000 surety bond, stay away from the location, Old National Seafood at 5084 Old National Highway, College Park, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
What is the owner's name again?
Miss Mai Kwong. That's M-I, and then the last name is K-Y-U-N-G.
If Ms. Mai Kwong is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 34 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He is gainfully employed as a cook. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. This incident allegedly occurred 1 year ago. And he does deny the allegations. I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial services. A stay away from that location is fine. No further contact with the owner of that seafood restaurant is fine, and nothing further.
It'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from the Old National Seafood. No further contact with Maya Kwong, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Phillips.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I have a question about position number 8. I was
Okay.
told earlier that her charges were NOD.
Yeah, we're gonna no cross that case. I had filed it down, but we're gonna no cross it.
Okay.
Okay, you'll get the null cross to us. We'll get it signed and entered. Let's see. Does that complete the calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Bridgewater?
Yes. Okay, once again, the reset.
Before you get started, Ms. Bridgewater, I'm sorry to interrupt. I see people on the line that might have questions before we go over the calendar. Mr. Fuller, are you here for a case?
Yes, Your Honor. I was here for Miss Marie Chalet Porter.
Porter?
That's
Yes,
the
sir.
one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna null cross that case. They're gonna dismiss it.
Okay. Has she already been released or?
Probably not, because I have not signed the null process of yet, but
Okay.
I'm sure that she will be released once it's signed.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's the only business I had before the court, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Have a good afternoon. Ms.
as well.
Menifee, thank you. Okay, I guess they were on the same case. All right, thank you, Ms. Bridgewater. I think that, well, I have one other Opus Plus. Do you have business before the court?
Is that what my phone is labeled as?
I'm not sure who's speaking, but.
I'm Shayna Oppen with the Jeanette case. I just realized I feel like I heard something wrong, and I want to clarify.
With which case?
Jeanette Fabrario.
Okay. Well, you'll have to address that at a different time. This is just a bond hearing today.
I don't know what's going. Okay.
Okay, so she'll have another hearing at some time, and I'm sure you'll get notice of that. Okay.
Okay, because I was just wondering what happens when she pleads whatever she said that she didn't do it. So
she will get another court date, and the solicitor's office will be in touch with you to let you know as it goes forward. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was not the one plus. Is another lady, but I'm not sure if she's with us or not. Yeah, ma'am, in the car. Can you hear me? Okay, you have to unmute yourself for me to hear you.
It was unmuted and then I.
No, I'm trying to get out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I think that's everyone.
Who was TMO iPhone?
Yeah, who is that?
Okay, anybody else on the line that needs to address the court? Maybe they just want to listen in. Okay.
All right.
It's so very limited.
The reset date for the SAP calendar is May the 14th. Position number 1 is being reset further notice with a $1,000.
Hi, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It was me. I think I got on late. I was trying to hear the results of Omari Land's case.
What's the name?
Omari Land.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
He had an added case according to the pull sheet, but I'll ask Ian about it. He may know something about it.
I was told that he had misdemeanors yesterday and he had another felony case.
Okay.
Maybe he has a felony charge.
Okay, ma'am. So he wouldn't be
Okay,
on this calendar.
Oh, okay, I was sent a message. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, Ms. Bridgewater, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Position number one is being reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through pretrial. Position two is being reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position three, reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through the jail. Position four is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. Position five is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Position six is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through the jail. 7, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through the jail. Position 8 is being null cross. 9, reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through the jail. 10, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through the jail. 11, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 12, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through the jail. And 13 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Okay, if not, you all have a good rest of your day. I will see you next time.
All right, take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.